This is WOMLP operating out of Burlington, Vermont, 105.9 The Radiator. Good evening, it's The Rocket Shop. I'm your host, Tom Proctor, and with me this evening is So N Sos. Hello.
Hello.
Hi.
How are we all doing today?
Great.
Fantastic. Good.
And do you guys get hit by the snowstorm as well this afternoon, or are you outside Burlington?
This morning there were a couple of light flurries on my way to work, but that was it.
Don't we love that snowfall still happens right in mid-May?
I expected it. So it's okay.
I thought it was cherry blossoms at first, but it
This
wasn't.
town has broken my heart many times.
We love it. It's what makes Vermont beautiful. We love to kick it off with a song. So what have you guys got to kick it off with?
We are going to start with a song called Rainy Day, right?
Rainy day.
Sorry, I just gotta find I lost my...
Very
Got
apt
it,
considering
got it.
our conversation.
Yes. Well, you know, the farmers like the rain, all that jazz. It's true. I just like the sun.
Ready?
All right, Rainy Days there by So N Sos. Guys, great track to kick us off with. Do you guys want to go around and introduce yourself? I see a familiar face in the background right there, so... yeah, if you guys could introduce yourselves, maybe starting with the drums.
Okay.
Yeah.
I'm Ian Armstrong, and I've been playing with the So N Sos for almost a year now, I think. I found these guys on Front Porch Forum. They were looking for a drummer, and yeah, things just fit really well, so yeah.
Nice one. Drummers are rare to find in this part of the world, I've heard. But how about bass?
I'm Michael. I've been playing the bass with these guys with Zach and James for years and years and years. We were a band called Pulup for a while, and we're in a band called Beer, BE-ER. And we found Lily approached us, I don't know, a while ago, and said, want to play some songs? And we said yes.
Oh, there we go. Well, let's go over to lead guitar.
Hi, I'm James. I play guitar.
Nice. Short and sweet. I love it. Keyboard.
I'm Zach Landis, and yeah, I'm playing keys.
And let's go to lead singer right now.
Hi, I'm Lil Sickles. So I played solo for years, singer-songwriter around Burlington. Not real regularly, but a few times a year. And because it's not that fun. And then they came to a show and they liked it. And I was like, "Do you want to do a show with me?" And they're like, "Yeah." And so we just did a quick little 4 or 5 numbers at the park, Battery Park. Bandshell, yeah. And it was so great that we just kept doing it, and it's just turned into something really fun and that I love.
Oh, fantastic. So, Lil, you, Lil Sickles, which do you prefer? Both, or the whole name, or just
just
Lil's
Lil.
good? Lil's good?
Yeah.
So, Lil, you're a solo artist first, and then you found these folks about this time last year, is that correct?
No, that was about 2 years ago in August. So it was 2022 August. We had a little trouble last year. Ian, who started playing with us in like June of last year, he was our 4th drummer of 2023 or 2022.
Not many people can find one drummer in this town. The fact you managed to run through 4 is quite incredible. What happened to the first 3? They buried somewhere in Battery Park?
Oh, So we didn't, and then we got him, and the first show we made him play was a 3-hour set.
Oh, wow. So real trial by fire on that one, yeah. Really stuck him in it.
Beer songs and So N Sos songs, so he's really stepped up to the plate. And we recorded recently at Tank Studios. We have a little EP out. You can get it on Bandcamp. It has that song and 2 other songs that we're not playing tonight. You have to get it. It's free. I mean, you can get it for free, or you can pay if you want to. And you can bring your friends along. And
love to dig into the whole EP part in just a moment. But Lil, yeah, you went from solo artist to having a band. And so you said a little bit lonely out there playing as a solo artist. So yeah, tell us a little bit of your experience as a solo artist. And when was it for you, the moment where you're like, actually, I need something to fill this out?
Well, I played for years in New York City in punk and rock and roll bands. And then I went into country with a friend of mine, started playing country. All punks go country, it seems like.
Yeah, I didn't realize that was that was a pipeline.
Yeah.
From
like in my mid-30s, I started playing country. And then I moved here when I turned 40, 14 years ago. And I started... I had a couple bands in town, a rock band, 2 rock bands, Diamond Tiger and Shepherd's Pie. And then I had an all-girl Misfits covered band called Misfits. I played guitar and sang. And then I started playing solo again. And I liked it. It's nice to get, your feelings out and all that jazz, but it's really a snooze fest. It's hard to ask your friends to come watch that. So... I got I hate to bring this up. I got sick in 2019. I got cancer, and so that happened. And then the second, I got it again in 2020, at the end of 2020, 2021, and I had to go through some stuff at Dana-Farber. And when I was in the hospital, I was like, if I get better, I'm going to record these songs and I'm going to get a band. And so that's when these guys were nice enough to ask me to play with them at the band show. And then it just kind of went from there. because they actually liked it. At first, they were just being nice. They were like doing a make-a-wish for Lil, you know what I mean? And then it turned into something good that we all like, I think.
I've seen a lot of enthusiasm in the group, so I'd imagine they're here because they love being here. But for you, you've had that itch for years. I mean, you sound like you've been in more bands than I've had hot summers.
Oh, I've been in a lot of bands, a lot of bad bands, a couple good bands.
So what's it for you? What's the drive for you? I mean, like obviously getting your thoughts and feelings out, especially as a solo artist, it's a really great vehicle for that. But it sounds like that's not kind of your main focus. So what is it about being in a band, being in front of people that really kind of does it for you? Why was this your wish in the hospital? I mean, that's a pretty big wish.
I love playing in bands. I love playing in front of an audience. That's what's the most fun about it. It's not so much, writing songs, going to rehearsal and all that. Although our rehearsals are very fun, I got to say. But it's, I love the audience. I love playing live. I'm not the greatest musician or the greatest songwriter, but I'm a goddamn good entertainer. I'll tell you that every time I go up there. Solid state.
Is it like a drug you always have to find an audience again to be able to get in front of? I mean, most people don't have the experience that you have. Most people don't get to be in a band and play in front of people. So what is it that we're missing? What is the je ne sais quoi about being a front person in a band?
I'm not shy. I like the applause. I love writing songs. This is why I didn't like playing solo, because I didn't think my songs were bad, and we play most of them. We've just changed them. They're a little more upbeat and a little more interesting. But like, who wants to go make a bunch of people sad? That doesn't sound very fun. It's like there's nothing more I love than making people dance and jump around and smile. I love to make people smile. Like, if that's all I could do for the rest of my life, I'm going to try to do that for the rest of my life anyway.
Do you remember this first time this happened for you? Was it like first band you played with? You're like, oh my God, I'm hooked. This is something that I want to do for the rest of my life.
I was a shepherd in church school when I was like 3, and I was like, this is great. I want to put a towel on my head every day and get on the stage.
So you're a born entertainer. The moment you stepped on the stage for the first time, you're like, this is exactly what I want to be doing.
Yeah.
That's fantastic. And so with this group, what have you been doing live-wise? How have you been getting in front of people?
Well, does anybody else want to answer some questions?
Yeah.
James, you
happily pass us
What
over.
did we do? We played at T-Rugs last month.
Yeah.
That is quite a venue. I don't think anyone has ever come in here and said that they played T-Rugs. So
Yeah, I think
that's the first.
they just started doing it over there. I think, right?
Yeah, Rough Francis.
Rough Francis did it, and I don't know how often they do it. It's not a regular thing, but that was great because, we're kind of a bar band, I would say. I mean, a little bit. Yeah. It felt like a natural setting for us.
And if you want people to be happy and jump around, that's the place to do it.
Yeah. I've never thought of T-Rugs as kind of a bar band kind of situation. It's crazy that Rough Francis was blazing the trail for you there, guys. But some of the best clientele in Burlington. I mean, you don't get anyone as fancy free as the folks in Burlington, in T-Rugs. I mean, that's I've seen that playlist on a Friday night on the jukebox.
Very high caliber.
Yeah, very high caliber.
Tuesday night.
A lot of Freebird.
It's really fun.
Yeah, so I can imagine the experience playing T-Rugs wild, very weird.
Yeah, it was packed. It was great. It was 420 too, so
perfect. Yeah. Great for a T-Rugs crowd. Half of them are up here and then half of them are down here. I mean,
one of my friends that was there said, "I have never had so many 40-somethings come up to me and say, 'Dude, I'm so stoned.'"
Have you guys been playing anywhere else around Burlington? And I did notice in your bio that you guys are a band that you need to see live. That's the kind of the niche of your film.
That's what 7 Days
said.
said. Yeah. They said last year they
They hadn't seen us yet, though.
That last year's Waking Windows Festival.
Yeah, now that the pandemic seems to be going away, we played at Radio Beam. We started playing out more.
Yeah, this pandemic has not been good for us, and as it's not been good for anybody, and so.
Well, we did play last.
And like I said, with the drummers too, we couldn't play till last September,
right.
And then there's holidays and people have children and wives and whatnot. Not me, but. I don't have a wife or a child or a husband or a dog. So it's just so sad.
So you have us though.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah. We'll try and rustle you up a dog. I'm sure us all wandering the
I'm not allowed to
corridors.
have them in my apartment. I work at a dog groomers.
You work at a dog groomers and you don't have a dog? That's like that's weird to me. Yeah. You could just steal one. No one would notice.
Oh, I want to every day, every day. Oh, I shouldn't say this on
Dog
the air
napping.
because some of the police are going to
Dog
come get
napping.
me someday.
Have you got
Where'd the
one?
Pomeranian go?
Have you got one you got your eye on in
Yeah.
particular?
Yeah, Pablo.
You said that without a B.
Everybody knows. Everybody knows I want Pablo.
It's Pablo.
He's a cute little Pomeranian. He gets a teddy bear haircut. He doesn't even look like a real dog. Oh, he's so cute. I love him
Well, I've
so
seen
much.
pictures of it. You posted pictures of it. Yeah.
So I post
He's really-
pictures.
he is
He's
really
not even
cute.
my dog. I post pictures of him all the time.
Tell you what, Lil, if I see a missing dog poster for a I can never say the word. Pomerary. I'm not going to
You
get
can
it.
just call him a pom.
A pom. If I see a missing dog poster for a pom, I'm not going to say anything.
Okay.
All right, it's between
Thank
you and me and
Yeah,
everyone
don't tell
else
anybody.
that's listening.
You guys
yeah.
either, because you know what you'll get. They know. They know to stay in line. That's why they're so quiet.
All right. Well, we love to hear another song. So, where you guys go for us?
What we gonna
do you-
do? Close
close
the window?
window.
Yeah.
We all come in, right?
Yeah. You guys ready?
The clock's turning back. Now the nights come on so fast. And the trees stand bare and look at me, and I turn away. And the sky hangs low and gray on these short November days. Spring seems like a dream I can't get back to. So close the window and keep the cold from coming in. I'm chilled to the bone and I swear that I won't be warm again. I can smell the icy scent of winter come on the wind. So close the window and keep the cold from coming in. Time winds down like a leaf falling to the ground. And I find myself with eyes of yesterday.
It's a Window there by So N Sos. So you did mention that you were at the 2022 Waking Windows, the last actual Waking Windows. Let's be honest. This year's Waking Windows was great, but it was a little sad. I'll be honest with you. Yeah, I wanted it the way it used to be. But how was that experience for you? Because you were one of the top people to watch from 7 Days. So did you get the crowd? Where were you playing? Yeah, how was that as an experience?
We played at Four Quarters Brewery, and it was a nice little spot to set up in there. It was under the roof outside.
We actually kicked off Waking Windows.
You
yeah, we were
did.
the first
You're the
band.
first band.
Yep.
Or at least that.
Great story.
So it was,
It was like 90 degrees.
9
hot.
degrees
Yeah,
hot
super-
day in May of all
Yeah.
things when it's meant to be snowing in Vermont. and you were the first band to kick it off. Did you get a good crowd? Or did you have a
Yeah, it was
ton of people
fun.
there?
You know why it was great? It was like the first time everybody was out and seeing each other. So it was like a reunion. You know, everybody was just in such great spirits, and it was like. It was really hot. It was like 90 degrees, so it was like summer just hit,
Right.
and everybody's out, and it's the first Waking Windows, and there's music everywhere. And it was really a wonderful experience. It was really great.
I love that about Vermont. You feel like no one lives here until May comes around, and all of a sudden, the entire place is swarming with human beings. You're like, where were you for the last few months? Like I was around. Were you around? Was everyone just hiding in holes? But that must have been a really good experience. Was that one of the first gigs you'd done? I mean, outside the band show the year before. But
Yeah, that was
No, we
Nope.
played the one at Radio Bean, where James.
Oh
played
yeah,
drums.
James played the drums.
I was
This
the
is how many
original drummer.
drummers we've had.
James was a drummer for a while.
James, you get counted as one of the 4 drummers.
Do I?
No, he's 5.
You're the 5th.
I'm fifth.
You're like the 5th.
Yeah.
You're like the 5th
He's still
Beatle.
alive. He's still alive.
No,
I did one. It was the only time I've ever played drums in front of an audience.
You didn't like it.
how was that
I didn't like
experience for you?
There were drummers in the room, and I felt them staring at me.
Do you have a drum kit at home or anything?
Yeah.
Or like you're the only one with rhythm.
I do. I
so-
played. I love playing drums.
He's a perfectly good drummer.
Oh, what is it about playing in front of an audience you don't like?
It's well, I mean, it's just not my instrument, really. I guess.
He's such a brilliant guitar player. That's what we want him to do in our band.
I thought it might sound better with a good drummer and another 2 guitars. Wait, were you playing guitar at that point,
he
Zach?
used to play guitar.
You
Zach
guys
was
were all
playing guitar.
switcheroo. I remember being in Montreal a few years back, and there was a band that every single song they switched instruments, and then they also had an open instrument for anyone to play from the audience. So they would just keep that open in every song. They would open up a new instrument and someone would come in. It was great. It was a very weird experience. I was not prepared to go upstairs on stage. I can't play a note, but some of the songs are fantastic, some of the songs are terrible. Is that how this band has worked out? You guys just all musical chairs and instrument every now and then?
They were sticking with this current
Yeah,
lineup.
we've been singing
Yeah.
this for-
It took
Ever
a
since he
little while
played
to get here.
He played the drums, didn't like it, so we got a drummer. I don't know who we
Ian
got.
is the glue that really keeps
He
us
really
all
keeps
together.
Yeah.
And then
He's a silent partner at the back that is actually keeping the whole thing going.
I was the lead singer.
Oh, there we go.
That's it.
Fun fact about me and Ian, we've lived in the same house, but not in the same time.
Yeah,
Oh, wow.
Yeah.
you're
I-
out of that place.
I took over his lease, and then his former landlord kicked me out. So, yeah, great guy.
You might have been in my bedroom too.
I think. Oh yeah, there we go.
things are
This is Burlington for you. It's
salacious.
way too interconnected. Talking of which, so Lil, you've been in a million bands. Is everyone else in the group also either has been in a million bands or has other bands around town?
Yeah, I've been in a few. So without Lil, this band is called Beer. So
Yeah,
we're
right.
kind of two
So-
bands right now. Beer used to be called Poo-Loop. I've been.
How did you decide to change names? What do you like? We need a rebranding with
Yeah, that's it. We
the
just-
last.
No, it's a good story.
Everyone-
Funny story. We were at the,
Oh, yeah.
We were in the recording studio, and someone Facebook messaged me and said, "I want to buy pooloop.com from you." And we asked how much the recording was going to be.
Could you spell that for me?
POOLOOP. SoNSos.com.
I do not want to know what it now is. It's a website.
It was a company that makes LCD displays for the bottoms of pools.
Okay, all right.
like,
I
you
didn't
go
hear
into
the
a-
L. I just got POO. And I'm like, that's definitely gone to a
You
fetish
go into
website.
a hotel pool and you'll see like fish swimming at the
Yeah,
bottom.
yeah,
It's a screen, so this French pool company. And I said, I immediately said $5,000, and they said no. And they were like, "How much is this session?" It was $1,800. I said, "How about 1,800?" And he said, "Okay." And we were like, "Okay, cool."
You sold poolloop.com for $1,800.
And that's how much the recording cost. Yeah.
I'm just gonna start jamming words together and registering them as domains. That's
And
an industry
hope
in
a French
itself.
company wants to buy it one day.
Someone will. So this is how you. This is why you. It wasn't like an embarrassing incident. We need to rebrand because everyone knows us for bad reasons.
No, I mean it's perfectly.
At least now I know your price. If I ever need you to do something,
There's 5
$1,600
of us
bucks.
now. There were 3 of them before.
Okay.
More expensive.
So it's now
Yeah.
2,500.
Plus inflation.
We're like $2,000.
So
I do a lot of things for $2,000.
so beer continues. BE apostrophe ER continues. Any other bands that are going on? I mean, I know every drummer in Burlington is in immediate need.
I'm exclusive.
Oh, you are?
Well, exclusive to the 2 of us. We're
Yeah,
a
to the two.
polyamorous
Okay, yeah.
relationship with Ian.
We're in a throuple with Ian.
Yes, that's what we're in.
So, I did play with a few different groups in college and whatnot, but coming to Burlington, this is the first. I was kind of itching to play. I live in a second-story apartment, so wasn't able to even consider having drums or anything. And linking up with them, they already had a drum set and everything, and it just worked out so well. It's definitely a hobby that I wanted to rekindle. So, yeah.
And you guys like practice quite routinely, Lil? Are you always bringing new songs to these practices?
Yes.
And they hate it.
No, we love it. But
Yeah.
sometimes when we're trying to practice for one thing and Lil's like, well, wait, I have like 4 new songs. Like, okay, can we get to those after this thing?
We switch off Thursdays, so I get them every other Thursdays when things don't happen. Or if somebody has something coming up, then they get the Thursday before the show or whatever. But it's not a problem. We haven't. You might have heard a couple bloopers. We haven't practiced it.
Yeah.
Yeah, Ian's been away. And
Trust me when I
really,
say this, no one ever notices
Oh, I know.
apart
I
from
know. I
you
shouldn't
guys.
Yeah.
say that was a mistake for
Yeah, I
me to
forgot
see
that
say
last
that.
song.
We've never heard
Yeah.
most of these songs before, so I mean, as far as we know, this is exactly how it's going to sound.
That's exactly what I tell everybody else.
Lil, are you just brimming with creativity? Are you writing a song a week? How does it work for you?
I write a lot of songs. I write songs a lot, all the time, and I have so many stupid messages on my phone where I'm like, "Oh, this is a good melody line, la 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 la." Save, and then I'll go, or I get high at night. And I'm like, "Oh, this is a good song. Let me get it." And then I go back the next day. I'm like, "No, delete."
Do they ever work? Are you ever like, oh
Yeah.
no, that is a good?
Yeah,
You're
yeah,
like,
yeah.
I was so high, I don't even remember this. And yeah,
You
it's
know what I
fantastic.
do the most, if I'm going to be honest? I have 30 years of songs, and I'm like, why would I just throw them away? I'm repurposing, reduce, reuse, repurpose. That's what I'm
Exactly.
doing.
Yeah.
So a lot of songs I've done for a long time. We did the last song we're going to do tonight. I think I did it for the first time in 1994.
Wow.
But so it's like
that song is old enough not just to buy beer, but I mean that song almost is not eligible for the military anymore. You know what I mean? You're not far off. Do you? What's the oldest song that you first wrote that you still play? Do you remember?
it's probably that one.
Probably that one.
Yesterday, I think so.
Yeah.
Valentine's is close too. It's almost that old.
I wasn't there.
You know,
I wasn't there when you
Look,
wrote
I
it.
wasn't born. Ian's like, I wasn't born yet. What year were you born?
97.
Oh,
97, Ian.
yeah, that song was.
You just made me feel old. I thought we were the same age. Apparently not. Well, talking of songs, we'd love to hear another. So what you got for us?
What are we doing?
Summer Love.
Oh, yeah.
Sorry. We did a switcheroo, so now nobody knows what they're doing.
Did you say that it was for 7-Eleven?
It's called Summer Love.
Summer Love. I was
Because
so
it's-
close.
Because it has been summery.
7-Eleven's a good title, though. We should write that down. Someone write that down.
Well, there's a Ramon song about 7-Eleven. We Were Young and in Love.
Right.
We Were Young and in Love.
We have to call it Cumberland Farms if we.
Yeah, Combies. What was song called Combies? Sorry, here we go.
Oh wait. Sorry.
She's so cranberry red, he's raspberry blue. And they make a violet love, and the color is true. And they listen to Velvet Underground records in the afternoon. She used to play the guitar, and now she sings for a band. They go to all of her shows, but he isn't a fan. But backstage, he tells us she's the ultimate front man. And they go wading in the water, walking through the sea, and the sun shines so brightly, so bright they can hardly see. He can't get a job 'cause he doesn't have a car. He'd take anything that he got, but it's all too far. So she buys all of the beer when they go to the bar. And they go walking through the darkness, winding through the trees. And the stars shine so brightly, so bright they can hardly see. And they go wading in the water, walking through the sea. And the stars shine so brightly, so bright they can hardly see. So bright they can hardly see. So bright they can hardly see.
All right, Summer Love there by So N Sos. So you say that you just go into the recording studio. Congratulations.
Thanks.
So it's an EP, 3 songs. So Lil, considering you've got about 1,000 songs in repertoire, how did you figure out which 3 to do?
Oh, that was a problem. Between 5 people, yeah, that was a problem.
Yeah, so it was a process here. It was just kind
Well,
of
we all agreed on the first song we did, Rainy Day.
Mm-hmm.
And we all agreed on Gone Again, which is the second song.
Mm-hmm.
And then I brought in this new song and it was it's coming home, and it's like a big rockin' like Southern rock number. And it was just so fun to play. And it sounded so great in that studio. We did it at Tank Studio. It sounded beautiful, and it was the right choice. It was pretty.
And we knew they had a Hammond organ there, so that we wanted to get Zach on that.
I see.
So it's kind of like.
So you're playing to the studio a little bit.
So, yeah.
Yeah. And how did the recording go in general? Was it in and out job? Were you there 20 minutes and then straight out, or was it a little bit more process than that?
A little more than 20 minutes.
We were there a
days.
day and a half
Okay.
mostly, and it was for 3 songs. So, everything takes long in the studio. I mean, but we were pretty good at it. I mean, it went well.
Yeah.
Like, I'm always surprised when it goes well, but
Everybody did their job the best. I went back to fix a couple things because, you just want to get out. And you're like, it's fine, let it go. And then they sent the rough mix, and I was like, oh, I can't live with
you
that
take
note. I can't
something
do
you
it.
can't
I
live
can't.
with.
So I was like, please let me come back. He's like, yeah, sure, of course.
Yeah, it's fine. It happens all the time.
Just hit a race.
So that was the only thing we fixed, and other than that, it turned out really. I'm completely happy with it. I'm not really good at promoting myself a lot, but it's not really promoting me. It's these guys. I just can't believe the songs that, they're songs I had that I wrote, but they're not my songs anymore. They're our songs because they have really made them into something so much bigger and more beautiful. And that's what I love about collaborations. It really opens you up. Like they think of things and lines and sounds that I would never think of. And it just is so wonderful to expand on an idea and make it full and gorgeous.
Lil, you've obviously been in 1,000 bands before. Is this the first time in a recording studio or the 50,000th time in a recording studio?
I did much more recording in the 90s and early 2000s and that's when I was trying to be a rock star, and so that was a different lifestyle for those things, recording demos and stuff like that. And then when I got old, when I was like 35, I lived in New York too, and I was like 31 when 9/11 happened. And after that, then I started being like, okay, I'm going to be a career restaurant manager. And, I was like, oh. So then I just played for fun. And then I moved here and I played for fun. And I don't have a problem playing for fun. I'm still playing for fun. I'm not trying to be a rock star, but
Right.
it's also hard to get a band together. It's like you have to all get a schedule and you have to find every member and then you have to find a night that works for everybody. And, you have to book gigs so everybody can go to. And I was like, I had done that for so long in bands in New York. And then I had done so much management in restaurants. And I was like, nope, I'm just going to play by myself and I'm going to be a waitress for a few years and have no responsibility. And it was great. But now I'm opening a wine shop in Winooski.
Oh, very nice.
Thank you. And it's called Standing Stone Wines. I'm getting some press, sorry. Standing
go for
Stone
it.
Wines. It's named after my tribe, Oneida people of Standing Stone, because when I was sick, people were so generous to me and helped me that I knew when I opened a business, I wanted to somehow pay that forward. So, alcoholism has been great to Indians. So I'm going to every month donate a portion of sales, depending on sales, to a different indigenous cause. And
Fantastic.
hopefully that'll I just signed the letter of intent, so hopefully it's happening. I don't know.
Oh, best of luck to you. I think another wine. I think the only one we've got in town is Daedalus, and I could do something a little foo-foo. You know what I mean? So
Yeah,
I'm hoping.
We're not going to be foo-foo. No.
Lil, it's just the impression you gave me. I felt I might be a bit more home in your wine shop than I would be at Daedalus. That's all I'm saying.
I already planned on having, I'm going to specialize in $10 to $20 bottles, but we'll have, more expensive and nice ones. But I'm also going to have cheap wine that it's you can use it for cooking or you can sangria or to get drunk. It's fine.
Yeah.
I've got no judgments here, and it's going to be called the Stock of Shame.
I love it. I can't wait. I'll be there. Yeah, great area to open up in as well. I mean, Winooski is popping
Yeah,
off
it's
right now.
on the Rotary. I'm so excited.
Oh, fantastic. Which store?
Between Archives and Asian Bistro.
Great spot. Yeah, no,
It's amazing.
best
No,
luck to
I
you.
shouldn't say anything because I was going to fall. In some ways, I'm like, if you say something, something's going to fall through. And then on the other hand, I'm like, no, you got to push it out into the universe. You got to say what you want. Say what, visualize it. So, I don't know.
Manifest your destiny. Yeah.
You know, if it fails, it's not the end of the world. I just
Did the
fail at
EP
something else.
Did the EP end up having a name in the end, or is it just the So N Sos? I mean, what's the EP's name, or did you come up with a title for it?
Well, no, it was
It's
going to
just an
be
EP.
Coming Home, but then it's just an EP. It's just called the So N Sos by the So N Sos.
You guys are going to follow up with an album at some point?
We want to. It's all about money. I mean, really,
We need that wine shop to open
need
up.
that.
Yeah, no, yeah. The money maker of the wine shop is.
It's not cheap to record.
It's not cheap to
And I
record.
don't like to sound like I'm in the living room.
Yeah.
I mean, that's great for bands, and I have nothing against it. And I think some people really sound great.
Some
with
people
that,
can do it. We're,
like Missy Bly sounds
none of
great
us.
with that. Like we're
Yeah.
not.
None of us
COVID
are
really helps a
real
lot of people as
engineers.
well, you know. Like a lot of people went like home recording during COVID and absolutely loved it. And
Yeah,
I thank God for them. But frankly, I couldn't ever imagine having to try and record with my cat jumping on me every 4 minutes. So I can understand why being in a recording studio is needed, but it is expensive.
Yeah, but I love it, and everything I like is expensive. Unfortunately, that's why I have to own a wine store so I can get all my wine.
That's the title
wholesale.
of the album right there. Everything I like is expensive. Well, we got. Yeah, right. Either that or the wine shop. Those two are for free. All right. Any more you want, you're gonna have to pay me. We got about time for one more song. So what have you guys got for us?
This is one that I wrote in 1994 when Ian was -3 years old.
Twinkle in his dad's eye.
When it's said, it's spoken, and when it cracks, it's open, and what you take is stolen. But once it breaks, it's broken. And once you grow, you've grown, and what you have, you own. And what you reap, you sow. But when you leave, you go. Don't you know? 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 And once you win, you've won. And when it ends, it's done. And what is left is some. But if you wait, it comes. Don't you know? 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 Don't you know?
All right. So and so is playing us out there, guys. Thank you so much for coming in.
Thanks for having us.
You guys.
This
It's okay.
Thanks for having us. It was great.
Thank you so much for having us. We had a lot of fun.
Absolutely. If you come out with an album, let us know. We'll have you back in the studio. Otherwise, give your EP over to Bob there. We'll make sure we get on the radio. But thank you guys so much. I hope to see you around Burlington at some point this summer.
Playing at T-Rogs again.
Oh, yeah? I'll
During
be
the
there.
Ramble, during the Old North End Ramble.
Oh, no.
Yeah, but we're gonna have both bands play at T-Rogs.
Fantastic. I love the Old North End Ramble, one of my favorite events of the summer, and I really want to see a band at T-Rugs now. It's become a new.
better than expected.
This is a new bucket list item for me. Well, thank you guys so much for coming in. So check us out next week. Nick Carter, not that Nick Carter, a different Nick Carter, will be coming into the studio. So definitely tune in and listen. But for tonight, this has been WOMM LP operating out of Burlington, 105.9 The Radiator. It's been The Rocket Shop. I've been your host, Tom Proctor, and good night. Definitely not that Nick Carter, as I think he passed away.